Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will be doing a quick review on the new Tarte Cosmetics Contour Palette Volume 3. So if you don't know, Tarte just came out with a new contour palette, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it has pink on the outside and then the gold is on the back. And honestly and truly, when I saw that it was pink on the outside, that's literally what sold me. Pink and gold, I mean, come on. Come on. Okay, on a serious note, when I saw it opened up, that also is what sold me because the colors looked like it was definitely brown girl friendly. And for my brown skin girls, you know it is so hard to find a contour palette that is gonna work for us. So I was so excited that Tarte came out with this palette. Now I do know that Makeupshayla actually came out with a palette before this one that is definitely brown girl friendly, and I do have hers right here as well. So inside Shayla's palette, you have a highlighter, you have two contour shades, you have a blush, you have a glow, and you also have a correct shade. Now for the new palette, which is the volume 3, you have both of your highlighters, you have your blush, you have your bronze, well, two bronzers, and then you have a matte contour shade. Now I can say the contour shades, they do work for me. The darker shade inside this contour palette is a little bit too dark for my skin tone. I was kind of surprised with that when I did try it out because I thought the darker shade would be perfect and then the lighter contour shade will be a little bit too light. So what I like to do is mix these two shades right here to contour or bronze my face, and it works perfectly. And the blush definitely works for my skin tone. After looking at it for the first time, I thought it would not work. I thought it would be a little bit too light for me, but it does work. Now as far as the highlighters, they are not as much of a highlight as I would want them to be. These are very, very subtle, and they do come off a little bit ashy on me. And I'll swatch both of them for you real quick. Honestly, this is supposed to be your true highlighter, and then this one right here is your glow. So this is going to give you that glow, but honestly, it doesn't give me a glow. This highlighter gives me more of a glow than that does, but those are both of them swatched. So again, with the highlighter, it did come off a little bit ashy on me, but what I do is mix it in with a different highlighter. So I don't use just that one highlighter in this palette. Now, moving on to the new Contour Palette Volume 3. Now, for the contour shade in the new palette, it is a little bit lighter than the one in the Makeupshayla palette. So this one definitely works for me. I don't have to mix this one with another shade. This one works perfectly alone. But what I like to do is mix it up with the bronzer, the darker bronzer shade. So I do kind of mix these two together. Even though I can still use this alone, I just like to be extra and mix these two together. Now for the highlighters, these highlighters are freaking gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, when I swatched it the first time, I thought they were very, very powdery. And I also swatched it with a brush on my hand and it still came out a little bit powdery. But once I applied it on my cheekbones with the brush, it was perfect. It was so beautiful, so glowy, which I'll also show you in the demo. This highlighter is gorgeous. So when you first swatch it, I mean, they are pretty powdery and it is a lot of fallout. I'll swatch it on my hand. So this is the highlighter in the Volume 3 Contour Palette. It is so beautiful. So after swatching and playing around with the highlighters in the new palette, I was kind of disappointed with the Makeupshayla palette one because it claims to be a highlighter, but honestly it just looks like powder on me. I hate to say this, but I think I like this one better than the Makeupshayla palette. Even though the Makeupshayla palette, the contour shades, they do work for me. I'm not gonna lie, they do work for me. They are very gorgeous. But I do have to mix these two together just so it could work. So the darker shade is a little bit too dark and the lighter shade is a little bit too light. But once I mix them together, it's perfect. Now with the new palette, the Volume 3, I don't have to mix both of the shades. I could use this one shade right here and I'll be good. But since I like to be extra, I like to mix this shade and also the bronze shade. The reason why I like to do this because this bronze shade is beautiful. It is so freaking pretty, and I didn't want to just have it sitting there without getting any use out of it. So I did like to use that with the contour shade and mix it together, which gives me a nice contour, which I have on right here, and it also gives me a nice bronze look on my face, which I also have on. So with the contour shade in the Makeupshayla palette, I feel like it has more gray to it, and with the contour shade in the volume 3 contour palette, this one has more red tones to it. I don't really care for those bronzers with a lot of gray to it because they can come off as ashy on me. So this palette is bomb. I'm so glad that I invested in it. If I had to rate the new contour palette a 1 to a 10, without a doubt, I would give it a 10. The packaging, for one, is gorgeous. The product itself is amazing. It works for my skin tone. Now, as far as the Makeupshayla palette, if I had to rate it a 1 to a 10, I would probably give it an 8. The highlighter in it was not my cup of tea, and then for the bronzer and the contour, I actually had to mix them both to get them to work because the contour shade was a little bit too dark and a little bit too gray for my liking. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the new contour palette compared to the Makeupshayla palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, and also if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and be sure to click that bell on the right side of the subscribe button so that way you guys will be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.